Alright, I've messed around with the audio, so I'm not sure if I'll have to watch back this video to see how that goes. Am I louder? Am I quieter? Is the game too quiet now? Not sure. Have to check. But hey, who tests before doing? I just do. See the results. That's so yeah. Just weird that there's nothing in between there. I think it's always been like that. But I don't know, maybe I should put something in between there. Been a minute since I recorded the last one. Uh, um, gee willikers, what was I thinking of? I can't think, horsey. No, I don't. Da, 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 da. Oh man, I cannot remember what happened in Warhammer Wednesday. Normally I talk about that. I, I know I played Space Marine, and I know that there was... Because I play Imperial Fist, and there was a guy playing Crimson Fist there, and another guy playing Black Templars there, so we kind of had all different Sons of Dawn. So many of them. But I completely forget what I was up against. What happened in that game? Oh, I remember now. I was against Drukhari. Yes. We both had some silly stuff. I brought the bunker, he brought the plane. The two things, aircraft and fortifications. That GW is like, these should be playable. He did say Drukhari's one was probably one of the more playable aircrafts in the game. And one of the only games, it's the only, actually it is the only game where my bunker has survived for the entire time. bunker is unbreakable, it seems. Whoops. Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, I lost that game. I don't know. I don't. I'm struggling to remember this game. Yeah, I did lose that game. At first it was looking really good for me, but then he just had one really good turn and he wiped out a lot of my stuff. And I just was too low on stuff and I just couldn't keep up scoring points. But I got a lot of his army out of the way. He had this one really durable guy and he pre-warned me that he's insanely durable. I shot him and it just felt, and my attack did nothing with my intercessors, and I was like, well, mathematically, you only rolled slightly below what you should have. Still felt like I rolled terribly there. Terribly. Damn horse. Yeah. Then on the weekend, I played another game because someone wanted a game. And I was down. It was Roger. He's probably one of the best players we've got. His Tyranid list versus I was playing Death Guard, but not my usual Flyblown host. I was playing the Terminator detachment, Death Lord's Chosen. The inflicting mortal wounds ability did not come up. It's my second time playing this detachment, and the mortal wounds just very rarely happen. I was also playing Mortarion in that list, and I think it might have been a bit better if I was playing something that wasn't Mortarion. He takes up a lot of points. Sure, he does enough. He does do a lot. He's still pretty damn good. But he could be better. Yeah. I also think I needed to play more Terminators in that detachment, weirdly enough, because every single stratagem was all about the Terminators. And when my Terminators just aren't in the right position, they just weren't doing anything. My stratagems just did nothing for everything else. Yeah, there was one big 10-man squad of Terminators that just sat in melee for like 3 turns. And was only down to like 4 dudes at the end of the game. From like multiple big bugs. Multiple big bugs were slamming against it, and it was just like... they're just really durable. It just survives. I was literally whittling down everything else that they were fighting. I couldn't wipe them, but Give it a few more turns and maybe I could have. Nah, the Terminators were probably going to lose that fight. Yeah. No, I lost that game by 1 point. It's a very close game between the Toonies and the Death Guard. And the Drukari versus the Space Marines. The game was going on so long that the shop was closing, so we ended at turn 4 instead of turn 5. And because we ended at turn 4, I technically lost, but I feel like if we played turn 5 out, I might have won. I wasn't too far behind. And I have bought the Death Guard Combat Patrol now. Yeah, so I've bought that, and I've just built some of the models and primed them today. I haven't built the Rhino yet. That is, weirdly enough, my very first Rhino. I was told when I first got into this, Rhinos are basically free, they're everywhere. And then proceeded, I have not got, and only now am I getting my first Rhino. They're not free, they're not everywhere. Oh. Yeah, I probably won't add all the extra, because there's like the Imperial Quilla on the Rhino kit, so it's like, obviously the Chaos Rhino kit is just the regular Rhino kit with some extra Chaos sprues. Chaosify it. I probably won't Chaosify it, just for I can play it in other armies. But then again, I don't really need to play it in other armies. I've only got Space Marine, it's my other army, and like, Primaris stuff I'm pretty sure can't go in Rhinos. I want to do some kit bashing to my Lord of Virulence, for I don't just have 2 Lords of Virulence that are identical. Second Lord of Virulence, I've got some ideas, I just need the bits to make it work, to make him different. I want him to be my warlord of my custom chapter. Or warlord, I should say. Yeah. Tallyman I built, and I built 5 of the Plague Marines with this, just because Plague Marine 6 and 7 I just wasn't bothered to build. Yeah, I'll build them later. They're really not that important. The ones without the special weapons, just bolters and stuff. I've got tons of bolters, Plague Marines. And I built the Death Shroud. Death Shroud Terminators didn't really have much different. My second squad of them, and there isn't many different ways to build Death Shroud Terminators. If I ever get a third squad, I'm definitely going to make them up differently. I have to like dive in my bit box and add stuff to them because they're very similar. I also have ordered the Leagues of Votan Combat Patrol. That Combat Patrol is now. It says it'll be here in 3 days. By the next episode, I probably will have it. Considering how often I make these episodes. That will give me a bunch more. That should give me some new Votan. Got no battle course. And this combat patrol is none of the new stuff, so it's just, I just won't get none of the new stuff. Your fault, GW. Crops going. A lot of mobs. Alright, that could be next time. I'll end the episode here. Enjoy. See if the audio worked better this time.